Hello and welcome to the next part of the video lecture for for the topic or for the unit of prototyping. So let's continue on discussing on what is the importance of prototyping. So prototyping, so this is a essential part of the user experience. Uh, that usually comes after ideation. So ideation is the idea of the functionalities or the features of your application. So after nga come up na sa ideas, so it is important, the next step for that is to create a prototype. So si prototype, so that will capture like the final product, di ba? So that will resemble the final product, your final product. Therefore, pwede nyo na siya ma-interact. Although basic interaction man, so pwede nyo na ma-check if ang usability is either good or bad. So in prototyping, you craft simple experimental models of your proposed product so that you can check how well it matches on what user wants, di ba? Through the feedback they give. So mahatag na feedback si users as they test your prototype. And we should consider prototyping from early on. Diba? So mas na usually sa pre-prototyping, so if appropriate, so the feedback you gather from users can help guide development. So advantages of prototyping. So we are building a solid foundation from which to ideate towards improvement. So the ideas, from ideas, sumahatag niya na isang solid foundation with the use of prototypes. So when the stakeholders see this, so they will have a clear picture of your potential potential benefits, risks, and costs associated with where the prototype may lead. So this will also give users, di ba, a glimpse of your final product. So makahatag man sila sa ilang feedback. So in order to improve your application. And then with another advantage is they can give changes early. Diba kay ginatag to na sa users early on so not on the beta testing but on the prototyping, so before coding. So with this, we are avoiding commitment to a single falsely ideal version, getting stuck on local maxima of user experience and later incurring heavy cost due to oversight. So ang heavy cost this refers to the changes it will occur during the development the actual development or coding. So next is we have to give or to show a prototype to your users so that they can give you feedback to help pinpoint which elements or variants works best and whether an overall is required. So ma-revolve na kay si users ni sila gini ang end users so sila ni magamit sa inyong application. So madepende na. So samtang wala nyo pa na-release sa App Store, diba, wala pa kahatag sa negative reviews or positive reviews, so mabalaan nyo na early on. So kung naman na ang mga changes nga need, ang mga negative aspects ng inyong application, so sa prototyping pa lang mabalanta na. So prototyping is also a tool to experiment with associate parts of the user's needs and problems. So therefore, you can get insights into less obvious areas of the user's world. So user's world ang overall experience sang users. So, diba, when users try to use your application, may ara sila needs and wants. So needs nila matry na nila access this certain functionality in your application. May try sila navigate to a specific screen so that the user can do that functionality. So amo na ang mga examples lang na sang needs. So therefore, with prototype, sumabalanta na ang ang actual experience nila. Then therefore, do may makatag sila sa feedback So makatag nila sila sa feedback on improvements on how to achieve the good na usability. And one other advantage of prototyping is that it provides a sense of ownership to our concerned stakeholders. So therefore, fostering emotional investment in the product's ultimate success. So when it comes to stakeholders, na-mention ko naman before, these are the ones or group of people that are willing to invest financially on the development of your application. So once makita nila nga the prototype is good, diba? So ma-display ang iyang presentation, iyang experience is good. So ma-convince sila nga they will give money for development, for actual development to start. So amo ni ang gina-utilize yun ni ang prototyping in the business world. And this can improve time to market by minimizing the number of errors to correct before the product releases. So ang updates sa user experience or ang issues sa user experience mabalantan na beforehand. So before ta mag-code, so before pa na ma-release ang product. So in this stage, this really helps the product and the teams learned how user interact with the preliminary product to uncover new solutions or determine whether the existing solution is successful. So mabalaan nila kung di na ang flaws of your mobile or of your application. So when it comes to the user interaction or the user experience. So the learnings from a prototype then allow the product team to reframe one or several of the problems identified from the previous design thinking stages. So in this stage sa prototyping, so may time gid na to improve your product in order to be usable ni siya for the users or for your end users or for your clients. And then we have mobile app prototypes. Take abstract ideas and turn them into tangible products. So the whole process forced product teams to think about the product outside the frame of reference. Okay, so yes. Okay, so this one is siya. So dako gid ni ang importance sang prototyping when it comes to mobile application. So hambal ni Tim Brown. So this Tim Brown is a CEO of IDEO. So he explains that the prototypes slows us down to speed us up. Diba? Slows us down in gina-referensya ang sa design phase. So madugayan gid man na sa design phase, makuha pa na sang feedback sang user. And to speed us up, so mas speed up na ang sa development, ang sa beta testing, ang sa final final testing man na, ang sa pag-push ang product, and then ang sa pag-access sang user sa final product. So by taking the time to prototype our ideas, so we avoid costly mistakes such as becoming too complex too early and sticking to weak idea for too long. So when it comes to prototyping for mobile application, so design thinking is at the core of creating original mobile product. So throughout the design thinking process, product teams conduct a substantial amount of research to either validate or invalidate a product concept using rapid prototyping. So ang ideas or the concepts or the these ideas when they try to implement it sa mobile applications, so they usually mabragin na sila sang prototype. Then i-try nila na ang ideas nga in a rapid prototyping. Yung inubra sang design ang design thinking, so this supports innovation by observing and considering multiple solutions to a single problem. So ang core principles ng design thinking asserts that a user-centric approach to product development encourages innovation, so which leads to markets differentiation and competitive advantage. So this gives, diba, with prototyping, so dumayara ka mo sa options. So with design thinking gali, so dumatag siya sang innovation, I mean sang improvement sa early on pa lang. Like this is a user-centric approach as we've discussed. No? So ma-revolve na siya around the user experience, the feedback. So there are many benefits of working with an interactive model. So this means the prototype. So before building a minimum viable product, so this or MVP, so we can also refer this to the beta test. So mobile app prototyping keeps the user at the forefront of the design process and involves stakeholders when exploring new ideas from the environment. So it lets the users participate in the design process, and it also involves the stakeholders as they will have the glimpse, diba, of your real application or the final product. So muna when prototyping for mobile application, so we can explore new ideas and identify the product improvements. So, the prototyping for mobile application, so they validate an early concept and provide opportunities for exploration of new ideas on the before the development process. So during the prototyping phase of the design thinking process, user testing can help identify possible improvements to make before the product is complete. So patest na siya sa user kay in this case, so makatag na sila sang new ideas or maybe improvements, o makatag man na si aton nga designers sang new ideas or improvements. So ang prototype is the product foundation that is continually improved until the mobile application meets business goals and is marketable or usable siya overall. So next is we have the cost efficiency. So if we're thinking about the actual time and labor and costs. So starting a project with the mobile app, prototype saves cost in the long run. So although ma-invest ka na sa design, sa designers, sa time to create the prototype, so in the long run, makasave agad na. So it's far less expensive to solve problems at the beginning of the process rather than towards the end. So consider the image above. So if you only start testing on an almost finished product, so you run the risk of finding serious issues too late to make changes. So kung mag-testing ka lang, sang imo nga user experience or the interface before na i-release ang product, so may pa na siya, and then may makita feedback, negative feedback or improvements, so that will take you back on the designing stage. Kaya damo na yung progress, so manugtapos na imong application. That will take you back to the design phase. So maobra kaliwat sang prototype, di ba? And after sa prototype, so ipasa nyo na sa developers para i-code na nila liwat. So that will really take a huge amount of time. So prototype research is the mitigator. So you'll spend less if you do upfront research. Muna upfront research with the user testing, di ba? Kita yung feedback. Conduct prototyping research early and iteratively, so to ensure the design is easy and enjoyable to use. So with the design phase pa lang, so mahatagan na sa prototype, hatag mo na sa user, and then si user mahatagan na sa feedback. Kung good feedback, then good to go. But if may improvements pa nga makita si user, then balik na liwat sa design team in order to improve the prototype. So therefore, improving the user experience. So this one, so here we involve the client and then the stakeholder. So client, so we can also include the user or the end users. So during prototyping phase, so it's beneficial to involve the most important stakeholder in the planning process. Diba ang purpose ng isang stakeholders is they are the potential na financiers for your application, for your mobile application. So as much as possible, stakeholders need to have a co-ownership of the project's design, ideas, and decisions. So for example, developers may think of a particular design this decision is appealing, but the concept is technically difficult and time constraints prevent them from experimenting with alternate solutions. So ang pwede naman involve ang other nga participants. So we can involve the developers so they can give the input. So if that possible interaction is pwede na siya ma-implement or ma-integrate. So at the same time, other stakeholders might want to implement other components first, which align more closely with the long-term strategy of the project. Or maybe the marketing department already did market research on the entire different set of users. So when the most relevant stakeholders are involved in the prototyping phase of the project, so it creates a broader perspective and you can be sure you're making the most efficient use of your time. To summarize the involvement of the stakeholders, so they can help collect all of the information about the project's strategic direction. So when involving stakeholders, so they can help ensure research, that research that you've obtained so makes the most impact. Or they can give their own ideas or feedback. And working with the right people establishes support and secure funding for the time and resources for each necessary design iteration. Then you'll know you haven't done the same research twice. So may back ang mga research is back ni siya or balaan ni sang iban nga stakeholders or balaan iban nga participants of your prototypes. So approaching prototyping collectively helps ensure the final product closely embodies the company's ideas and features, so while ultimately meeting specific project goals. So involving everyone, so such the upper management, product managers, marketing, developers, designers, stakeholders, and clients will help examine problems in greater detail. So makatag na sila sa ilang ideas in their own perspectives, in their own perspective or field or backgrounds. So encouraging feedback and discussion goes a long way towards creating a product that solves user pain points as well. And then another benefit of prototyping in mobile applications is we have the UX validation. So when creating the mobile product that results in a deep user engagement is difficult na siya i-accomplish. So running a prototype through a user test is one of the most effective ways to validate usability and user experience. So with prototyping pa lang, so ma-achieve na yun ang user experience, the best user experience, and then the usability of your mobile application. Ma-achieve na, then makita na dayon sang aton nga users. So retaining users by providing continual value is an essential goal of the user experience design, and a prototype will test the product's potential for app engagement, longevity, and lifetime value. So again, saving on cost before proceeding with further development. Okay, so that is the prototyping for mobile applications. So the last topic is the prototyping tools. So we'll discuss the tools that UX designers usually use. So mobile app design is a crucial phase during development, and a mobile app's user interface can make or break the application. So delivering a great user experience should be your number one priority. As a mobile app developer, as it has a powerful and direct impact on user engagements, conversion rates, and consequently revenues kung ang finance and the finance side. There are many mobile app design tools that help you sketch your mobile app wireframes, create prototypes, and bring them to life. So below, ging list ko ang top mobile app design tools that are essential to your mobile app development process to take your application to the next level. So first is we have the InVision. So this is one of the most powerful mobile application design tools. So it allows you to quickly turn your ideas into powerful screen designs with intuitively vector-based drawings and flexible layers. So this is available ni siya on the, unfortunately, on the Mac OS. Then you can integrate some of the management na applications, and then ang users ni ang the developers of the Airbnb, Amazon, HBO, Lyft, they are some of the users that utilize, or the developers that utilize InVision. So here is the website of the InVision. So you can avail their services for free. This one, so may free silang tier, and then ang pro, so we'll start at but usually some of the developers or starting developers, they utilize this InVision. So next is we have the Adobe XD. So this offers a quick way to design, prototype, and share user interfaces and experience. So it allows you to easily switch from design to prototype mode in a quick, then drag wires between artboards to turn your wireframes into interactive prototypes in no time. So this is developed by Adobe Systems. And then ang platform yan so this is available on Windows, macOS, iOS, and Android. So may free man ni siya tier. So available gina siya for starting developers or students. And then here, so we have Figma. So Figma is the world's first collaborative interface design tool. So it allows you to design and prototype your digital experiences. So it allows you to essentially work together, so in real time and in one place, so helping turn your ideas into products faster. So Figma has the tools, yes, to get your work done. So this is available na siya on web. So you can utilize your Chrome, di ba, in order to access this feature or this service. So may free man ni siya nga plan. So for prototyping, so Figma gid ang very usable siya when it comes to students and starting na mobile application developers. So this is the website, the web service or web application. So you can use your Gmail here in order to create your account. And next is we have Origami Studio. So this is developed by Facebook. So this is a free design tool that allows mobile app designers to rapidly build and share interactive interfaces. So this is the more bag-o ni siya nga tool nga released by Facebook. And this is only available on macOS, but the pricing is free. So pwede na kamo ka-avail. Then amo nga website nila. Okay, so for the tools that you'll try to use, so I recommend the Figma, but you can also try Origami Studio or other na prototyping tools that you can find. So for Figma, so I'll be attaching YouTube videos on basics, maybe on how to create a simple na mobile nga prototype. Okay, so that's it for me for the unit of prototyping. So I hope you've learned something. Okay, so thank you for watching and have a great day.